Hello, my name is Pedro and I'm making this video as part of my application to the Master in Advanced Finance of EA Business School. In this video, I'll answer the question C. Describe a time when you took a great risk. What was the outcome? Before I answer the question, I would like to give a brief introduction. I attended military school from the age of 10 until I was 18. And as I was in military school, I had not only mandatory school curriculum like any other Portuguese student, also had from the beginning a class that was called military instruction, which was graded and had classes just like any other class in the school's curriculum. This class was the way to give us the military instruction that any other soldier in the army is supposed to have. So, since an early age, we had to learn several things related to that. From the little things, like know exactly how to fold a flag and how to raise it every morning, to more serious things, like how to assemble a weapon in under 2 minutes, at a later stage. As the final course of this 8-year class, we had 2 weeks in a military camp inside a military unit. After that, we were considered to have basic military training and we could be considered for military duty, which is not mandatory in Portugal. So, this led me to one of the riskiest situations I have ever been. Bear in mind, I was 17 at the time. As the last obstacle we had to overcome before completing the training, we had to complete a trek. So, after the dinner on the last night, after 2 weeks of intense military training, we put in military trucks and drove to a kind of a forest where we told to form a pair and form a line. After that, they would call us one pair at a time and each pair would run into the dark, not to be seen again. While we were waiting, we heard gunshots and noises from the people attempting to complete the drill. Of course, by the time I was called, I was scared, confused, and a little hesitating. But I began to run. Me and my pair, a good friend of mine, we were told to follow one of the officers until we reached a small river. Then, on a cold February night, we were told to go in and just run upstream. They told us we would know when to stop. So, we entered the river, and with water by our waist, we began to walk upstream. And after a couple of minutes, the water was deep enough that we were submerged to our necks. So we began swimming. It's also useful to know that we were with full military equipment. So we were swimming with a rifle and a backpack that was weighing 20 kilos, give or take, which did not make things easier. After a while, we could walk again, the tide was low, but now we were soaking wet and freezing with the cold. And that's when we hear dogs coming to our direction, and we hear shots near us, and we see that we are surrounded by soldiers like shooting at us and dogs coming our way to bite us. Basically, all I had time to do was dive to the water. Neither the bullets or the dogs will dive with you, I think, and swim out of there. But I noticed that my friend was not beside me anymore. So I get out of the water and I find him wrestling with the dogs, and I still hear shots and see the lightning of the shots, but they are far away now. So I grab my friend by the backpack and I pull him to the water and I start to run as fast as I could. By that point, I was looking over my shoulder and I banged my head into a tree log that was just there ahead of me, and we both fall and the dogs start biting us again. I don't know exactly how, but my friend gets rid of the dogs and we climb the log and get to the other side, only to see an officer laughing at us from the top of a small bridge that crosses the river. Well, it tells us that we can get out of the river, and we find that everyone that went before us was celebrating, and they explained to us that it was only a simulation, and that was the final test with real bullets and real dogs. Last year, actually, two recruits from the military died from a similar drill, and it was since terminated. And that was probably the riskiest situation I've ever been. How can this relate to a master in finance? Well, since then I found out that in finance almost everything is about decision making. Like a trader that needs to execute its trade to perfection in order to make a profit, or an investment banker that proposes a new solution to the client's problem, you have to make quick decisions, sometimes with incomplete information and under time pressure. I found that those situations correlate a lot with this one, where you have to act to make difficult decisions under pressure, decide with confidence, and above all, be able to manage your emotions and think rationally. I think military training gave me all these characteristics, and I think that they have played a part in my professional success and will continue to do so during my masters and beyond. Thank you for watching.